This is a short video. I'm Robin Salter, and I wanted to talk about success versus living a great life. Because I scroll through Facebook feed and I see how how to be successful, and I'll be the first to tell you I'm not an incredibly successful person. I've never made millions of dollars. I don't have fancy cars or really nice stuff, and I do think I could get those things. I don't think those things are are unattainable or anything. But one of the things I think about a lot, more than attainment, because we have a society that's very focused on getting stuff, and of course we need things, right? We need cars, we need food, phones, all that stuff makes us. We couldn't function without those things in today's world, and I'm not going to judge technology. It's neither good nor bad. It's just kind of a neutral thing, and people can choose to be good or bad with it. But what I wanted to talk about was just the whole idea that everything is music, everything is a frequency, everything is a note and a harmonic frequency, and that what you decide to tune into, right, what you decide to choose to be part of, you're either going to tune into a good wave, a good vibration, or you're going to tune into a negative vibration and a low frequency and a negativity, and ultimately, when you try to be a positive person, immediately you're probably going to be met with negativity. And this has nothing to do with the universe conspiring against you. It just has to do with physics, and that you're not a horrible person because you've had horrible challenges. As a matter of fact, if you're not doing anything interesting, you're probably not going to get challenged at all. People that don't do anything don't get challenged. So if you're not doing anything weird, unusual, or out of the ordinary, you're probably not going to experience much pain, except for the pain and suffering of just not going anywhere. That's the pain of boredom. Anyway, I'm not here to preach at you. I'm no expert in anything or guru, but just wanted to make a quick video and say, ride a better wave. Ride the wave of positivity, the positive vibes, because the world is incredibly negative. It's a negative place to live. But it could be worse, right? I think that's one of the cool things about movies, is movies show us all the different worlds that could exist that don't, right? We could be having New York could be being attacked by a giant space monster, and we need Iron Man to save it, or something ridiculous, or or any fictional story, and we get to live in a cool world where there's birds chirping, and yeah, we fight, and yeah, there's wars, and there's horrible shit, and there's famine, but in the end of the day, we still get to be human, and nothing super bad happens, and I think that's cool. We can live in a world where it's relatively peaceful, and I'm excited that that's how the world is. It's, relatively speaking, not so bad. And yeah, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. There's parts of the world that absolutely suck. There's kids on the other side of the world that don't get to eat, and people right in America, 1 in 4 children don't get to eat food. I'd like to do something about that. I haven't yet, but I'd like to start a garden, and whether it's just feeding people locally. I live in Florida. And just become active. I think, everyone has this in their mind that they have to be a celebrity or something to go change the world. You don't have to be famous to change the world. All you have to do is just do something, take action, and do something good. And it's much easier to battle poverty and food than it is to battle a monster, a giant space monster. And I think everybody's looking for some ultimate bad thing to fight. And when the real bad guy is just everyday stupidity, everyday ignorance is the real bad guy. Everyday not caring about other people. And yeah, so if you need a bad guy, there's your bad guy. It's called entropy. Entropy is the destroyer of worlds. If you don't believe me, just go Google different, what's happening on other planets right now. The power of entropy is just ripping those worlds apart, right? We somehow live on a beautiful earth where everything's sunshiny and great, and yeah, there's turmoil here and there, but physics happens. But ultimately, I think this world could be something cool, you know? In one area I see, especially in America, I haven't traveled around the world a lot. I went to Canada, and the only difference I saw between, say, Canada and America is that Americans tend to have a what's in it for me attitude, and it's all about the self and focusing on not helping people as much. America's very much I'm gonna do me and fuck you. It's part of my French, and that's one thing I got from traveling to Canada briefly, is that they do care about, and I'm not saying Americans don't care about people, so don't misunderstand me, but we have a kind of a selfish mindset of self-centeredness, and we could be helping feed the world, feed people, especially if forget feed the world, feed Americans. Because if 1 in 4 kids are going to bed hungry, then let's do something, right? We don't need to have superhero capes, and fly around to save the world. As a matter of fact, that would surely create more chaos than it created anything good. And I'm not saying that's even a possibility, but we're all waiting for something awesome to happen. And I grew up in a very religious background, and I kept expecting for the world to come to an end. And it may come to an end, and statistically it should. But I kept expecting some grand finale. And I think everybody's putting their faith towards negative stuff when they could be putting their faith towards something positive. And that dog is barking. Yeah, and not worrying about stuff so much, Bitcoin's up 1,000 points, Bitcoin's down 1,000 points. Stock market is this, stock market is that. I make a little bit less money than that guy. Who gives a shit? Just enjoy your life, and be part of a community, get together with friends, build friendships, focus on the stuff that's real, because the other stuff is just bullshit. It's a big pile of steaming bullshit. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to make more money, but more than money, I'd love to just be a part of something cool, helping people. So that's going to be my focus, I think, for the rest of my life, because it's the only thing that when I die, I think I'm going to go, you know what? Cool. That was cool shit. I did something. I saved people. Because, the rest of the stuff is cool, but if it interferes with the harmony of people, getting along with others, and doing something awesome, wealth gotten at the destruction of somebody else is not wealth to me. It's just that's poverty. And that being said, I'm not saying I don't enjoy driving around in a car, or being able to have gasoline, or electricity in the house, or running water. All those things are awesome. And in fact, people should work on building houses for other people, and providing electricity, and providing those things without necessarily having to make money at it. And one of the things I think as an American that we immediately say when you start talking like that, they go, oh, you're a fucking communist, or you're a fucking socialist. No, man, that's just human. That's just being human. That's loving your neighbor as yourself, right? If you claim to believe in the Bible, but you don't actually believe in loving your neighbor as yourself, then you're fooling yourself. You never believed in the Bible. And if you claim, and it's just, I don't know, man. There's just, and I'm not insulting any particular people. This is just the bullshit. Everyone's full of shit, On every side, everyone's full of shit. They're all full of shit. And because they claim, everyone claims an identity, and then they don't really believe they're an identity, and they don't even know the origin of their identities. They're just bullshitting around. They're just dicking around, and they have no idea what they really believe, and they're just getting their pieces of philosophy, a little bit from Fox News, and a little bit from, if you're on the right wing, if you're on the left wing, you might be getting it from, I don't know, movies or newspaper. I don't know, whatever you read. I don't read shit. I don't read any of that garbage. You know what I read? And I'm not saying I'm the shit, but I try to read historical books because it's written by dudes that wanted to know how the world worked. And it's fun to read those kinds of books. That's why I like reading books from the richest people, or the wisest people, because it gives you something. You can take it away. It's not. It gives you something to chew on and to think about. And after chewing and thinking about stuff for a very long time, and realizing, hey, what is this life really about? In my mind, it's about helping people and not changing the world, just changing what you do. How you live. How you live your life is how what you do is your philosophy. To say that you believe one thing but do another means you're either you really do believe it deep down inside, but you're not willing to do it, because to do it requires some sort of sacrifice on your end. Anyway, talk is cheap. So this is just a kind of a post to just talk about what I think about a lot, and I think it's cool to share. It's cool to share stuff. So yeah, feeding people, right? Feeding the hungry, and caring about people, and I'd like to do that, work on that kind of stuff. And yeah, life is short, man. It should be more fun. Life should be way more fun. That was cool. I have no idea what kind of airplane that was, but that was freaking cool. It just flew over my house. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but pretty damn cool. Alright guys, well, peace out. I hope you got something out of this. If you didn't, you can hit the down button. Just kidding, Facebook doesn't have a down button. Or you can just not like it. Or you can say, I think you're full of shit, Robin. And I'll say, yes. Yes, I am. Alright, take care, have a good one. Peace out.